Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. My next guest is just a great example. We always sometimes say to ourselves, oh, can one person really make a difference? Well, they can. And I know he doesn't do it alone, but somebody has to start a movement, and he certainly did that. I'm joined by Travis Blackmore. He's the executive director and founder of Lionhearts Inc. Welcome. Great to have you here, Travis.
Thank you for having me, Derek.
Tell me about the inspiration behind Lionhearts.
For sure. It seems like another lifetime ago, but I used to be a professional touring drummer, just a hired gun.
Okay.
And I used to do that. But, you know, getting away from home for 4 and 6 weeks at a time gets tough on a home life. And, you know, coming off the road, I had to reevaluate what I was going to do.
Okay.
And kind of growing up with a church background, you know, I felt always called to folks that were hurting. And through meeting with some of my friends that I still had coming off the road was always food insecurity, folks on the street, being warm, finding home for people. And,
right.
You know, so from those conversations, it just exploded. Partners like Costco, Starbucks, folks started hearing about the conversations. Those led to meetings, and that led to us rescuing a whole lot of food.
Wow, this is so. You do have different programs. Let's go through some of those programs. One is your community nutrition program. Tell me about that.
Community nutrition program. So what we do is a lot of times in that program, folks need food and they need something nutritious.
Right.
Helps you make great decisions. You know, it's a great place to start. So with the community nutrition program, it's a catering program.
Okay.
And what we've done is we've begun to hire people off the street to come in and work with our chefs in our community kitchen. And they begin to create meals. Folks hire us to come in and cater their banquets, or folks will hire us to create meals, maybe frontline agencies that have budget. And what we do is we put folks to work. They get their safe food handling skills, their WMIS, their first aid, etc. We'll work with them as we put these meals out into the community.
Wow, what an amazing initiative, a really amazing initiative. You've got the weekend food box program. Tell me about that.
So that is very different. We work with the Limestone District School Board in Kingston.
Okay.
And we partner with a few other agencies to pull that one off. But kids will come to school and they don't always have maybe the most advantageous home life, let's say.
Yeah.
They might come to school and be hungry. So a lot of times the school will have something for them to have something to eat during the day. But what happens on the weekend?
Right.
So we'll work with those teachers and we'll provide a weekend food box for that child to be able to take home with them. Something simple that they can do. Maybe their folks work lots of different running hours and abilities.
Yeah.
So
maybe multiple jobs even, right?
100%. Today's day and age, the family spectrum is all over the place. So we want them to be able to have something to eat while they're at home on that weekend. If they're by themselves, something easy for them to do,
One project that really stood out to me because of the name of it is Project Cold War. Tell me about the idea behind that.
That's a great one. So that was a partnership with a few different nightclubs, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in that circle, I told you about how we started. Back in the day, I was a lighting guy at a nightclub.
Okay.
And the manager of that nightclub heard what we were doing. We were rescuing food. And he said, listen, I got a bunch of coats that are left behind at Coat Check. Happens all the time. He said, would you be interested in picking those up and maybe distributing those to some of the shelters that you operate and such? I said, absolutely. I raced down there in my soccer dad van, and there was 15 hefty garbage bags hanging outside the nightclub.
Wow.
And I began to take them back to our place, and we started to bring those to frontline shelters, you know, lots of coats. And from there, it spread to community groups, churches, all over the place, and it became a real project against the cold.
That is an amazing, what a great idea. I mean, all of these are great. Concession Street Center, that's another one that you have. Tell me about that.
Last winter, we partnered with a few other agencies to open a shelter, an overnight shelter.
Okay.
So that particular shelter sleeps about 25. That operates on Concession Street. We're based here in Ottawa and in Kingston.
Okay.
We opened a second shelter a few weeks ago on Cowdy Street. That one sleeps about 40.
Right.
And so both of these places are a place where folks can come in, they can get a good meal, something to eat, but they can also stay somewhere warm and have somewhere to go overnight.
Let's talk about a great event you have coming up, and that's the coldest night of the year, Ottawa Walk. Tell me about the walk and the inspiration behind that.
Absolutely. So coldest night of the year happens from coast to coast, and it's a place where folks can put in a team to walk to create awareness for those that are hungry, hurting, and homeless. And essentially what you can do is put together a team. It's a walkathon, about 4 kilometers, And you get to raise money, raise awareness to those in your circle, and gets you out doing a little bit of exercise, but also to put in our minds folks that are hurting, homeless, and experiencing hunger.
How do people get involved in that,
So they can just go to coldestnightoftheyear.org.
Okay.
And you can search Ottawa on there. And we're very blessed to be one of 5 different agencies that you can walk for here in the city.
Nice.
You can click on Ottawa Lionhearts version. You can start a team. You can join a team. You can create a wacky name for a team. And just, we have fun doing it. It's a great group of people.
Yeah, and I know you're always working on trying to find, other things down the road. What have you got planned for the future?
Well, we'd love to be able to help folks. That's what we do. We want to see everyone living with human dignity, and what we want to find is gaps.
Okay.
And try to fill that need. So if there's a need for meals, if there's a need to help with homelessness in the shelter capacity, if there's scattered housing needs, whatever that looks like, if there's a food company that needs to get rid of some of their food at the end of the day or have it picked up and distributed, we want to help wherever we can.
Yeah, we should mention that before we run out of time, that if there's a business out there that's in the food industry and they want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to reach out, Travis?
Email me at ottawa@lionhearts.ca, LIONHEARTS, one lion, multiple hearts.
Excellent. Really appreciate the time today, Travis. Thank you so much. And thanks to you and your entire team. I imagine you look for volunteers as well, so if people are interested in volunteering, that same email
100%
is available. Excellent, Travis. As I said, thanks so much. You want to find out more information? Lionhearts.ca. It's a pretty easy one to remember. We'll be back with more Daytime right after this. Don't go anywhere.